Like all organisations, the New South Wales Police Force has to manage poor conduct and performance issues. Sometimes the police decide that the appropriate response by management is for a supervisor or commander to tell the officer what they did wrong and what the officer should do differently in the future. The police call this kind of feedback advice and guidance. The Law Enforcement Conduct Commission has reviewed the way the police force use advice and guidance in their management of police officers. Before we started our review, there was limited information to explain when and how police should use advice and guidance. So we looked at legislation, policies, procedures, and records about police misconduct matters. Our data set covered more than 400 allegations over a 6-month period. We found that when police decide to take action about poor conduct or performance, 1/4 of the time they opt to give the officer some advice and guidance. Advice and guidance was used for a range of performance issues. They could be fairly minor, for example customer service issues, or the issue could be serious misconduct, such as unreasonable use of force and unlawful arrest. However, police policies and guidelines about how to manage misconduct did not include information about when and how to give advice and guidance, and this concerned us. Guidelines are important. They help senior police to make decisions that are lawful and consistent across the organisation. Good guidelines also help police to make an appropriate decision, one that properly reflects the seriousness of the conduct or the performance issue. When an officer has done the wrong thing and is given advice and guidance on how to improve their performance, it's also important to keep a record. It's important to record when the advice and guidance is given and what was said. Proper record keeping allows police to measure whether the advice and guidance that was given has been effective in changing an officer's behaviour. If the officer is involved in future misconduct, their supervisor will understand what has been said to the officer in the past and whether that had any impact. Good record keeping also demonstrates accountability. We looked at how police recorded the advice and guidance which is given to officers. Concerningly, we found poor record keeping for 43% of the allegations in our dataset. This means there was either no record that the advice and guidance was given, or there was a record, but it had no information in it about what was said to the officer. We raised these concerns with the New South Wales Police Force, and they've now taken steps to address the issues that we identified in our review. Police have revised their policies. The policies now specify what kind of performance or misconduct could lead to an officer being given advice and guidance by their superior, and instructions for keeping a record of what was said to an officer and when. This updated policy should help to make sure that advice and guidance is given consistently and in the most appropriate matters. Police also changed their record-keeping processes to make it easier to identify and respond to any repeated conduct and performance issues. It's important that the Commission does this kind of review to make sure that the police complaint system is working effectively. If you want to know more, a report about this review is available on our website.